Hey everyone, it's Anne here from English Valley Cafe. I'm back. Happy New Year to all of you. I feel well rested, recharged, and ready to bring you lots of great content here on YouTube this year. Wherever you are, I hope you are well and healthy. Today, I wanted to just kind of have a casual chat with you just to talk about some of the things that I've been thinking about recently. So because I had some quiet time, some time to myself, and I was doing some self-reflection and just to kind of think back to, some of the things that I've learned this year being an English teacher and also as a language learner. And in this video, I want to share some thoughts with you, and hopefully, it'll get you thinking about some of the things that you haven't thought about before, and it will help you with your English learning as well. So, what I'm going to talk about today is about the language learning process, the journey, the process itself. I feel like it's something that is important, that will help us become not only a better language learner, but also become a better person. And I think it will help us in all aspects of our lives. All right, so I'm going to start off here with this post right here that I shared on Instagram a couple of weeks ago. And yes, I am on Instagram, in case you don't know. If you use Instagram, feel free to connect with me over there. The handle name is English Valley Cafe. So here I wrote, focus on and find joy in the process. Focus on and find joy in the process. I think oftentimes when we start learning English, or every year when we make New Year resolutions and we set goals for ourselves, we focus on, the goals, on reaching the goals, getting that result, the outcome that we wanted. And which is great. I think we need to set goals in order for us to, stay motivated and to not get sidetracked and to stay on track with our learning, and track that progress. But at the same time, I think it's important that we focus on and just find joy in the process. I think this is important to help us stay motivated and be consistent with our practice, and more importantly, to enjoy language learning, to enjoy learning English. I think this is really important. This is one of the keys to, help us, to push us to keep going. And in the caption, I wrote, language learning is a journey that's slow and steady, just like running a marathon, right? If you've ever ran a marathon, you know that you cannot just sprint and run really fast, because you're going to use up all your energy and you're going to be tired really quickly, but you still have a whole course to go. So, language learning is really similar to like running a marathon. It's just slow and steady. Um, and I feel like no matter, what kind of goals you set for yourself this year for learning English, I'm sure they're great goals. And but just remember to focus on and find the little joys in the process. So, for example, let's say you are struggling to make your practice consistent, right? Because we all say that you need to make your practice consistent. Do something in English every day. Speak a little English every day. But you've been struggling with that, and recently you find yourself doing practice a little bit something in English every single day, and you see a little bit of improvement. This is something to celebrate. This is something to be proud of. And this is what I mean by, just finding the little joys in this process, or, make connections with people, make friends with people, and trying to practice English. If you're able to do that and you enjoy sharing things with other people and connecting with other people, these are little joys that you can be happy about and be excited about. And this is really important that you find these joys in this learning process rather than, constantly focusing on that outcome and on the results. For me, this idea really helped me as I'm learning Mandarin. It really keeps me motivated and, just want to continue learning. Same thing doing YouTube here. Doing YouTube is not easy, but I feel like it's because I really focus on and find the little joys and making videos and helping people that really keeps me motivated and keeps me going and to make more videos. So yeah, I wanted to share this with you and hope it'll help you as well. The next thing I want to talk about is this right here. Who you become in the process is more important. Okay, I'll say that again. Who you become in the process is more important. So I'm just going to go a little bit deeper and dig a little bit deeper and talk about this learning process. I think oftentimes, like I was saying earlier, we often are driven by outcomes, by results, by rewards, right? And I think this is really common. I feel like maybe it's just the way the society that we live in. We are always constantly setting goals, trying to reach the goal and really focus on this outcome and result that we want to achieve, but we forget to focus on the process, to enjoy the process. And as I was doing self-reflection and thinking about, have I become a better teacher, become a better language learner? At the same time, I was asking myself, what have I learned from this process? And I feel like this is really important because oftentimes we are so focused on the goals, on reaching the outcome and the results that we kind of lose ourselves along the way. Like we kind of forget, who we are, what kind of person we've become as we go through this process. And I feel like this is something that's really worth thinking about. It's not easy, but I feel like it's worth thinking about if in this process you've become a better person. And I think to do this, it's important that we look inward, right? Because usually we're looking outward, we're looking for that result, we're looking for that outcome. But in order to see if we've become a better person in this process, we have to look inward and check in with ourselves from time to time. And just to think about, am I becoming a better language learner, but at the same time, am I becoming a better person as well? Am I making a positive contribution to the society? So just to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, I'm going to use my personal experience as an example. So here I have a few words here: critical thinker, patient, open-minded, humble, resilient, accepting, and empathetic. And as I was doing the self-reflection, I was thinking, asking myself, like, through being an English teacher and as a language learner, like, what have I learned in this process? Like, am I becoming a better teacher, a better language learner? Am I becoming a better person? And I think that's something that is important, is that not only do we become a better language learner, but become a better person as well. So for me, I feel like through teaching English and also through learning languages, it has really helped me to think critically. And I think this is really important when we are learning. I think it's important in all aspects of our lives to be a critical thinker and to be smart and wise about the things that we see, especially on social media, the things that we hear, and to, really think about what people say and not just take everything for its face value, like to take everything as it is, but to really dig deeper and think about, what people say and the things that you read on social media or from educators or from teachers. Patient. I think we can agree that learning English is not easy, right? And I think learning any language is not easy. Through this process, we learn to become a more patient person, to not rush and wanting to see that result, but put in the work, put in the time, put in the dedication, and wait for that result to come. So yeah, I think patience is something that I definitely see in myself through this language learning process. The other thing I want to talk about is being open-minded and accepting. And I think this is really important as a language learner, as an English learner, when you're learning the language, when you're learning about the culture, to be open-minded and to accept the differences, right? Of course, every culture is different. Everybody behaves differently in different cultures. The way that we do things are different. So I think being open-minded and being more accepting and less judgmental of the differences is really important, and it will really help us not only in this language learning process, but also as a person. The way we interact with other people from other cultures, from other countries. So, really think about this as you're learning English to check in with yourself and see, are you becoming more open-minded? Are you being more empathetic towards other people and just being less critical and judgmental about the differences between cultures, even language accents? And I'm going to talk about that in another video. Yeah, and so these are just some of the things that I have really thought through and felt that because of teaching English, connecting with people from all over the world, and also as a language learner myself, that I've become more patient, more open-minded, and humble, and resilient, and more empathetic. So I invite you to do the same as well. And like I said, this is not something that is easy to do. It really takes a lot of critical thinking, a lot of reflection, and it takes time. But if you really sit down and look inward, check in with yourself, I'm sure you'll be able to think of some of the things that has helped you through this learning process. And I love to hear from you some of the things that you feel like you have changed because of learning English, because of learning about other cultures, because of learning and connecting with other people. So if you have anything to share, feel free to let me know in the comments. I love to read your comments. But yeah, so this is something that I've been thinking about and just wanted to share with you. And hopefully we can all become a better person and be more compassionate towards other people and be more accepting of other people's differences. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any thoughts or any feedback, comments, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.